remote colleagues, a camera placed at eye level to improve eye contact, spatial audio so you hear people's voices from their position on the screen, and to enrich real-time collaboration, meeting chat notes and actions will be at the forefront of all Teams rooms. Larger rooms with more attendees make it challenging for people working remotely to know who is present and who's talking. Teams rooms will deliver a meeting experience where everyone is fully represented and connections feel natural. We have reimagined the meeting room to bring people face-to-face with remote colleagues and unlock more space for people, content, and collaboration. Technology will fade to the background, with premium microphones hidden in the ceiling. Intelligent camera technology will bring in-room participants clearly into view through individual video streams. And spatial audio will help remote participants establish presence with a virtual seat in the room. All so that you have more authentic connections with everyone in the meeting. Our vision for meetings is about leveling the playing field for everyone, where remote and in-person attendees are represented equally and everyone can collaborate without compromise.
Whether we realize it or not, we rely on the cloud for everything, from working remotely with colleagues to ordering delivery from our favorite restaurants, to securely communicating with our doctors. But what is the cloud? It is not nebulous magic, nor is it a single supercomputer. The cloud is a globally interconnected network of millions of computers in data centers around the world that work together to store and manage data, run applications, and deliver content and services. The Microsoft Cloud keeps your data protected across more global data center regions than any other cloud provider, from the United Kingdom to the United Arab Emirates, South Africa to South Korea. Go behind the scenes at a Microsoft Cloud data center to learn how our cloud works.
Security used to be simple. Everything contained in a box on site, protected by a single password you knew by heart. Those days are gone. There's no one perimeter to protect, and no two environments are the same. Our data is everywhere, for better and for worse. But with Microsoft, security can be simple once again. With an intelligent security hub that works seamlessly across platforms, going far beyond Microsoft, to Linux and Mac, to AWS and beyond. So you can manage mission-critical workloads with existing tools at your fingertips, leaving employees free to do their work, wherever they are and wherever they're going. Free to sign into thousands of third-party apps and services with a single identity and no more passwords to remember. Maintaining security across their preferred devices, dynamically adjusting access to apps and sensitive data with a light touch and a small footprint, which allows them to safely share email and documents with external partners, embedded with protections that control how they are stored and shared, even after they leave your network. So they can rest easy and focus on their mission, while you keep it all running behind the scenes, with a clear view of security across every endpoint, application, and user. Microsoft integrates with other security tools to monitor your digital estate, flag suspicious behavior, and proactively respond to complex threats. so you can focus on your mission, leveraging technology to get ahead or go beyond. It's that simple. Security used to be simple. Everything contained in a box on site, protected by a single password you knew by heart. Those days are gone. There's no one perimeter to protect, and no two environments are the same. Our data is everywhere, for better and for worse. But with Microsoft, security can be simple once again. With an intelligent security hub that works seamlessly across platforms, going far beyond Microsoft, to Linux and Mac, to AWS and beyond. So you can manage mission-critical workloads with existing tools at your fingertips, leaving employees free to do their work, wherever they are and wherever they're going. Free to sign into thousands of third-party apps and services with a single identity and no more passwords to remember. Maintaining security across their preferred devices, dynamically adjusting access to apps and sensitive data with a light touch and a small footprint, which allows them to safely share email and documents with external partners, embedded with protections that control how they are stored and shared, even after they leave your network. So they can rest easy and focus on their mission, while you keep it all running behind the scenes, with a clear view of security across every endpoint, application, and user. Microsoft integrates with other security tools to monitor your digital estate, flag suspicious behavior, and proactively respond to complex threats. So you can focus on your mission, leveraging technology to get ahead or go beyond. It's that simple.
Whether we realize it or not, we rely on the cloud for everything, from working remotely with colleagues to ordering delivery from our favorite restaurants, to securely communicating with our doctors. But what is the cloud? It is not nebulous magic, nor is it a single supercomputer. The cloud is a globally interconnected network of millions of computers in data centers around the world that work together to store and manage data, run applications, and deliver content and services. The Microsoft Cloud keeps your data protected across more global data center regions than any other cloud provider, from the United Kingdom to the United Arab Emirates, South Africa to South Korea. Go behind the scenes at a Microsoft Cloud data center to learn how our cloud works.
Welcome to our demo on HP TechPulse Analytics and Proactive Insights. Today's IT environment consists of multiple devices for end users and business operations, all running a variety of operating systems in both work from home and office environments. HP TechPulse provides many real-time analytic reports to help you to secure and optimize IT assets across multiple device types and manufacturers. The interactive customizable analytics dashboard provides a high-level overview of health and incidents across all your managed devices. With our cloud-based solution, you can monitor the inventory and health of your end-user devices from any place or any time, regardless of whether they are HP devices or devices from other manufacturers. Using TechPulse reports, you can quickly and easily get complete inventories of Windows, Android and iOS hardware and software assets, review the OS patch status, and gain insights on the device performance, and you can centrally view and search for any enrolled device from the Devices page. From the Incident Management page, you can drill down on any incident to get detailed information on a device. Using TechPulse reports like the Hardware Inventory Report, device-level hardware details identify key data like the serial numbers and installed components, as well as warranties and their expiration dates. You can also run reports on your software inventory and identify errors. See the details on installed software, licensing, missing patches, applications causing errors, and for device performance, you can run the performance or health reports that will enable you to stay on top of device health and CPU, memory, graphics card, and disk usage. Using TechPulse insights from the dashboard and reports, you can easily address potential issues before they become a problem. With real-time analytics and actionable reports like we have discussed, IT can stay ahead of any complications and easily proactively manage your devices. TechPulse can also predict component failures on your devices that could cause potential downtime using its powerful AI analytic data intelligence by comparing collected data from millions of devices. And if your IT staff is spending too much time on device management for your remote fleet, let HP Service experts use our analytics and their best-in-class unified endpoint management tools to perform your day-to-day device and application management for you. And one more thing to highlight, for remote users, HP Service experts can find lost or stolen devices, and if necessary perform a remote lock or wipe a lost or stolen device. For your users working remotely, HP experts can also provision your Wi-Fi and enable access across your remote devices without disclosing the Wi-Fi password. Additionally, they can implement patch policies for end-user devices for any Windows operating system or third-party application. And as well, they can manage and enforce your security policies. In summary, HP TechPulse's analytic capabilities provide insights for any IT environment's health. TechPulse analytics, regardless of the service chosen, can be used to improve performance, find and resolve issues, manage assets and their health, and ensure that your end-user devices have their antivirus and firewalls enabled. That's all we wanted to share with you. For more information, please contact a service specialist or HP Partner Business Manager, or visit us at our HP Services website to learn more. Thanks for watching. With analytics and insights from HP TechPulse, you can view 4 software reports: software updates, software errors, software inventory, and software utilization. And each report category has multiple report options. The software inventory and utilization reports are available across all HP TechPulse plans, like Proactive Insights. The software inventory report displays what software is installed across your entire fleet, allowing you to manage license management and version compliance. Have you used up your purchased licenses? Are you out of licenses and potentially out of compliance? Are your software versions older and therefore out of compliance? You can answer these questions, gain valuable insights, and observe whether older software versions are experiencing issues through HP TechPulse. You'll know which devices to fix and can determine how to fix them. The software utilization metrics contain CPU and memory data. This is your triage for device issues. The help desk can refer to this report and check for software updates. If the device is operating properly, this is where you can view what might be causing performance issues, such as a specific application. You can also use this data to identify and use devices that have costly licensed software installed, and in turn, redistribute the license to another user and save money. The software errors report gives insight into errors across your device environment. If a device is experiencing multiple errors, you can use this report as a means of identifying and resolving issues. For additional assistance, click on the Help and Support page on the TechPulse portal to access knowledge base articles and self-help videos. That's everything we wanted to share with you. Thanks for watching.
Tachengo is in the process of transformation where we are trying to go into new business areas apart from just toll and transit. But unfortunately, we've inherited some of a very manual legacy process. So we are continuously looking to find opportunities and areas for automation to be more productive and to be more efficient. We have over 200 POS machines installed nationwide. And these are not on our proprietary network, these are on our client's network. We have a team of field engineers to support this POS. Every single issue that occurs on the POS, we have to deploy them on site to troubleshoot and to resolve them.
Take for instance, if there's a maintenance request to be done at Kuantan, the traveling time will take about 6 hours. The cost of the mileage and toll will be about 330 ringgit. And time spent to troubleshoot and resolve the issues is about 30 minutes to an hour. After implementing kaseya, basically I don't really need to send my people down on site to do the troubleshooting. We can do this remotely.
The immediate benefit that we realize is that we are able to redeploy our precious resources on strategic matters and tasks that are more value-adding in nature as opposed to 6 hours of travelling on the road. Apart from troubleshooting and resolving incidences, kaseya has also enabled us to proactively monitor our assets on the field. So we are now able to take corrective actions in the event this is nearing full capacity because we have this information at our fingertips. Now, how this has resulted in terms of benefits to our organization is that we are better able to service our customers are more satisfied, and it has also exceeded our service level expectations towards our partners. Implementing kaseya is part of our roadmap in ensuring Tachengo remains relevant to our customers. We continuously explore new technology to achieve our vision of being the #1 provider of electronic payments towards realizing a cashless society.
Turning it over to Melissa for some reflections on the potential and the rationale and the synergies.
Thank you so much, Jan Berger. As I mentioned, it's an incredible opportunity that we have ahead of us to expand our footprint in the all-up APAC market. With this transaction, Crayon will become the leading regional player in APAC globally. So as you can see here, it will enable us to become the largest player with over 1,000 employees, 6.4 billion in NOK in operating revenues. Additionally, we will be the #1 leading cloud service partner with CSP across our Microsoft business in the region. And I'll talk through the market growth opportunity shortly. The second compelling point is that it enables us to accelerate our strong market opportunity in APAC. Over the next sequence of 3 to 5 years, we see APAC as the largest market growing globally. And that's not just from a Crayon perspective, that includes market research leaders such as Gartner as well as IDC. It solidifies our position in Australia and New Zealand, enabling us to grow our revenue even that much further in the Australian market above 5.2 billion in US dollars. We have significant synergy opportunity, both short-term and long-term. Having worked with Reich over the past 10 years, I can say that we're going to be able to really capitalize on that strong cultural integration, as well as the ability to capture synergies on CapEx relating to our platforms more longer term. And then lastly, we have strong business models and culture that we can be able to really integrate quite rapidly and see value creation from this. We have 100% overlap in terms of our channel business, which represents really strong growth for us globally, and in the APAC market is growing substantially. So you can see that there's going to be really strong value added capture from this transaction alone, just in our channel business. And then the last point to mention is that we have really great opportunity to expand our services footprint, and it's a parallel paths that the two companies have been making on this transition to grow our all-up businesses. Now, jumping into the more sustained growth from an APAC region. As you can see, APAC is growing substantially relative to the other markets if you look at North America, Europe, and Middle East and Africa. So we see an all-up CAGR spend between 2020 and 2025 between 15 and 20%. When we do a deeper dive into that, what we're seeing is that the public cloud market is forecasted to grow 3.5 times faster than IT spending generally.
Managing a growing business can be challenging. While your continued growth is a priority, your existing clients are increasingly demanding better customer experiences. Well, how about a solution that helps your team with both? One that helps speed your business processes, increase productivity, and reduce costs, all while accelerating revenue growth and delivering a better experience for customers. Sound like a lot to ask? Yes, but it's exactly what you should expect. And with DocuSign, you get all that and more. You may know us as the esignature company for things like sales contracts, NDAs, or supplier agreements. While true, that's just the beginning. We also help streamline your business by automating the signing, tracking, and routing of all your agreements. So your team can stop chasing signatures and focus on other ways to grow your business. Let's say your team is hiring a new employee. With DocuSign, the process is simple. A user uploads the document or agreement that needs to be signed. For standard agreements like offer letters, DocuSign helps your team save time and ensure accuracy by creating templates with predefined recipients, plus fields showing who needs to view or sign the document. Once the user has added their document and recipients, they can drag and drop any additional fields, helping signers know exactly how to proceed on the other end. And send. We also make it easy to track progress and status. Once a document has been signed, all necessary parties are notified that the document has been completed and given an audit trail once the agreement has been executed. It's not only a simplified process for your team, but a great experience for employees as well, giving them, as well as customers and vendors, an easy and fast way to sign or make payments anytime, nearly anywhere, and from virtually any digital device. It's that simple. Your team gets efficiency while your customers get the experience they want, all while saving time and increasing revenue. Get started with our web app or use one of our many pre-built integrations with over 350 partners in the Document Agreement Cloud. And with our world-class security, you can be confident your documents are secure and compliant. Those are just a few ways DocuSign can help. We're here to help digitally transform the way you do business, thinking about the future so you can focus on your customers, people, and success.
I love Nintex because Nintex works.
I got into firefighting and riding this ambulance to help people, not to fill out all this paperwork and making sure government regulations are met. With Nintex, that part of my job has been minimized so that I can get back to the part that I do enjoy.
I'm inspired by when the penny drops for our citizen developers and they realise just how easy it is to automate processes with Nintex.
I can say Zoom wouldn't be having the success in the channel program today without having a partner like Nintex.
What I love about Nintex is that when I started working with them as a partner about 11 years ago, their two priorities were continually improving their products and ensuring their customers had the best experience possible.
Nintex ProMap has really been key to our Road to Rights journey. Without that software and those tools, we wouldn't know where to start.
The Nintex ProMap tool has allowed us here at Fulton Hogan to completely transform our management system.
There isn't anything else on the market that can give you an end-to-end solution like the Nintex process platform can.
I love using Nintex because we can track real ROI on process improvements for our customers.
At Wizard, we think that safety is really top priority, and when it comes to all the procedures and safety-related items, we have to be spot on. And Nintex ProMap helps us in mapping those processes.
I like the mind-blowing moment when there's bright in the eyes of our clients when they understand all the things that they can do with the Nintex platform.
At Synergy, Nintex is absolutely our #1 strategic partner.
We're a fast-growing company, so Nintex allows us to map our processes internally and onboard our employees quickly and saves us a ton of paper.
We couldn't survive without a product like Nintex to support us, and the ability for staff to digitally capture information from the field and bring it back into the business. It's essential for us now.
One thing we like about Nintex as a company and the products that it offers is that Nintex thinks ahead to where the world is going.
I think that every local government should be using Nintex.
We are grateful to be able to digitalize the multiple business process with Nintex and helping many organizations achieve higher efficiency and save the time. Let's say together, thank you, Nintex.
We use Nintex ProMap and the Nintex Workflow Cloud every day to turn dusty paper processes into smooth digital workflows so that these are not needed anymore.
At New Belgium, Nintex is a great tool in our toolbox. It's really a Swiss Army knife.
Hi and welcome back to Transform 2022. It's day 2 and I'm so excited to have our friends, our partners and clients to join us on this exciting journey. I'm Alex Lam, the CEO of Integricity Technology, and with us today we've got quite a number of people who are joining from around the globe. We've got people from Singapore, from Philippines, from Malaysia, and I can see the number increasing. Yesterday was a fantastic day. We had more than 300 people tune in at different points in time, and I believe we got great value out of all of the presentations. I do want to apologize for some of the technical glitches that we had. Digital transformation, digital platforms, sometimes they do have hiccups. And as a result, today we have pivoted to using Microsoft Teams, which is a more stable platform for us. So thank you for joining us again. I know we did not manage to give out a lot of gifts yesterday. So because of that, I want to give out a couple of gifts And since we are now able to travel, I want to give out some of these trolley bags, courtesy of Kaseya, to the first 2 people who can tell me where you would like to travel to once you can book flights and get out of here. So what I have done is I have gone to Langkawi already on a trip with my family, and that was fantastic. Oh, I see we've got Maldives, and I can see Bangkok and quite a few. So congratulations to the first 2 who have responded. All right. So without further ado, I do want to introduce our COO, Mr. Yeo Kai Hian. We are going to use remote technology to bring him in, as he is currently driving. So I'm going to pass the time over to Mr. Yeo. Over to you.
Good morning. 5 Bitcoin to decrypt your data. Does it sound familiar? Can you see my face clearly? Yes, good morning. I'm Kai from SRKK. I'm so excited to see you again. Thank you for staying with us on the day 2 of Transform 2022. This event would not happen without you. I also want to express our appreciation to all our event sponsors, speakers, and of course, the fantastic SRKK team. Yesterday, we have talked about the future of works, digital transformation, business productivity, AI, e-learning, and endpoint devices from our speakers. There are so many things to digest. Today, let's keep the excitements going on, where we are going to focus on the business automation like e-signature, IT self-services, process automations, as well as the cybersecurity to provide a safer modern workplace, working in the office and work from home. Business is in a turbulence for the past 1.5 years. The world is hit by the pandemic none of us ever experienced before. We are so grateful that we're still here, surviving from this challenge. Our business still running, we still got jobs. Let's give each other a pat on the shoulder, right? Give me a favor from everyone, or it should be give yourself a favor by post a thumbs up emoji from the chat. Can you do it now? Yes, thank you. We are slowly moving into the post-COVID era, right? Experts tell us that life in the post-COVID era is no longer the same as before. The way business used to work had adapted and changed. As the business owner or the key tech person of the company, are you ready for it? Gallups, a well-known US-based company for its Q12 employee engagement, they published a survey result on October, indicate 45% of United States full-time employees still work from home. These figures are unchanged compared to July and August, signaling the business return to office remain on hold. Well, you might say that's US, okay? Ernst & Young's on their 2021 Work Reimagined Employee Survey indicate more than half, and in fact it's 54% of employees surveyed from around the world will consider leaving their jobs if they are not afforded some form of flexibility in where and when they work. Back to our office. Our SRKK internal survey results show more than half of our employees prefer the hybrid working model, where they opt for 2 to 3 days working in the office and 2 to 3 days work from home. Okay. Now, If your organization does not offer this, your competitor who got this is trying to push your top employee away. You're going to spend more time on hunting for talents, onboarding new staff, keep them familiarized with their jobs. What can you do? How does business stay efficient and effective with this type of hybrid working model? One of it is automations. The key text in the 4IR. How to automate your day-to-day operations, how to reduce human errors, how to minimize the impact of the brain drains. I hope you get some idea with today's sessions that we focus a lot on the automations. Next, security. Security is always stay on top of business where we had heard enough stories of ransomware attack that caused business operations stop and lost multi-millions. My experience in working with customers on the system recovery of ransomware attack were very painful and stressful for both, right, customer and SRKK. I can sense the panics and tense on trying to get back their data, to get their system up. Business stops. Clock is ticking. The pressure from all levels eyeing for the system recovery in the shortest time. And I wish no one should experience this anymore. However, back to reality. The hackers are shifting their target from the organization to their employee who works remotely as they are an easier target to hit. This is a huge challenge for business. On one hand, you need to cater for hybrid work model with a mix of working in the office and working from home. On the other hand, you need to ensure this working model are secure from any security threat that might bring down the business operations. Organizations is moving to clouds and enjoying the benefits of better SLA uptime commitment from the service provider. You enjoy faster deployment, easier management. Of course, safer protections as the service provider invests heavily on security protections. Interesting, there is a term called cloud security blind spot. That business assume everything is secure and safe on cloud. In fact, it is. However, the way you handle your endpoints, your policy, your data, and your super admin account, just one small little overlooked might pose the security risk to your organizations. And that's why industry is moving to zero trust. A security concept centered on the belief that organizations should not trust anything inside or outside its perimeters. Instead, organizations must verify anything and everything, try to connect to its system before granting access frequently. For example, if you follow the news, last month Microsoft accounts went fully passwordless, where consumers can sign in into Microsoft account with its Microsoft Authenticator apps. For those hardware without the Windows Hello or the hardware key, you can log into your Windows by approved the Authenticator apps instead of typing your passwords, right? Because now industry all strongly believe password is not reliable, right? With the complexity of the security the organization face. Do expect more to come to the organizations as security solution is evolving. I hope today's session will provide you some insights of how to manage your organization's security approach. Talk to us if you need further info and how to do it. Please stay with us till the end of all sessions. Talk to our subject matter experts. Ask any questions you have. Make it a fruitful event to you. Lastly, we have some fun games, goodies, and gifts to give away throughout the sessions. Don't forget to collect the codes to stand a chance to win the grand prize of Jabra Panakas meeting room in the box, videos conferencing kit worth $1,000. Enjoy. Next, I would like to pass the session to Praveen and John Rai from Kaseya APAC. Over to you.
This is Praveen. I am the Director of APAC Sales for Kaseya. And we're going to find out how uniform virtual machines on-prem and in the cloud to IoT, thereby securing your hybrid work from home workforce. We're also going to learn how you can leverage your unified endpoint management solutions for various factors like managing all of the endpoints and devices and all environments, including OP, cloud, hybrid, and work from home from a single console. Also, let's learn how to discover the topology mapping and monitoring of all endpoints and devices and faster resolution of common IT issues. This is what we will be looking at in this presentation. This is me. I head sales for APAC, and I also have my colleague John Roy, who is the lead for sales engineering, who will be joining us later in this presentation for a demo of the products that we're going to talk about. All right, so this is how the agenda is looking like. It's going to be very brief, not going to be very detailed. I'm just going to give you a high-level overview of our products, our feature functionality, and the challenges that the IT organizations and the IT community is facing during this turbulent times.
So before you start, Praveen, I just wanted to let everybody know we're going to do a couple of poll questions for everybody to keep everybody on their toes. So hi everybody, I'm Alpha. I work with Praveen and John at Kaseya based here in Sydney. And thank you for SRKK and Integricity to have us on. So I'll cue the first question when you're ready to pause. Okay, Praveen?
All right, cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, 2020, nobody wants to relate to this year. Right, so this has been a struggle across communities. IT teams were scrambling last year. We've all had scars and it was painful. IT teams were working for more than 18 hours, migrating their clients and workforces from a totally in-office environment to a work-from-home environment. And obviously, with such huge migrations comes the challenges. Now, security was a main concern for remote endpoints and work-from-home environments. Patching, antivirus, anti-malware deployment, and management of all of these security softwares on endpoints was a huge concern. Now, there were a whole lot of legacy business applications in the offices, and access to them during a sudden lockdown was a huge challenge. Corporate information, accessing all of the corporate information, communication challenges, pulling old laptops into the surveillance of IT systems was a huge challenge for most of the IT folks managing systems across their IT landscape. Now, MSPs and the IT community were also busy setting their customers up with their VPNs, transforming their workforce, their clients onto O365, SFTC, moving them into SharePoints to leverage various SaaS-based applications. And that resulted in a whole lot of work, not only for the MSPs, but even the IT community, handling the various IT remote infrastructure management got a whole lot of work. Widespread deployment and use of collaboration tools came very prominent because of remote working sessions. So Zoom, Slack, Teams, all of these, networking tools got prominence. And for that to enable, we needed to have a proper and effective work from home setup. Now, what I'm going to do is also going to cover what transformed, right, from a typical work in office, work in an office setup to a hybrid work model. So, we had to switch over to this to adapt to the changing environment. So there was an arrangement that, there were a couple of days that folks were allowed to work from home, and the rest had to come to the office. Now, that was a problem again because of a prolonged lockdown and the employees getting a little comfortable with the work from home environment. Now, we've seen the younger workforce wanting to come to the office, but the poll suggests that 55% of the workforce preferred, a hybrid setup. And, obviously the management wanted a higher number. So they were expecting 86 of them wanted folks to be working more out of the office. So that again forced and nudged all of our IT setups to relook at the work from home model. Now, because of this, again, there was a whole lot of aspects that we needed to cater to in terms of security, in terms of mobility. So reopening offices while still supporting remote users. Will that be 18 hours of working, which was a Herculean task for all of the IT folks? Nope, it's not going to be that long. It means that we need a better operational efficiency of our IT systems in the landscape. So that paves way for something that kaseya strongly believes in, which is the IT Complete. It is the IT management platform for our modern IT teams. So that's exactly what we've built. A single platform for every IT need, cost effective and integrated so that you can get IT done. Now, I'm pretty sure folks are familiar with kaseya, but I'm still going to touch base about the organization. It is an entirely different kind of an IT software company. We don't build for specialists. We build for generalists, or what we call the multifunctional IT professionals. We have a solution for virtually every need, and each of those solutions is independent, capable, best of breed, and of course, affordable. However, the true potential of our platform is in how well the components work together to help overburden technicians of a typical small business IT department to get more done by integrating the steps of their workflow. So that's what I'm looking forward to covering in this session. So it's going to be pretty informative. Now, statistically speaking, this is what our numbers look like. In fact, our SMB IT customers earn a whopping 74% increase in their user business satisfaction because they were able to offer everything the small and medium businesses require, from endpoint management to compliance to security backup to disaster recovery. And there was also a 25% increase in technical efficiency because the IT systems are a lot more complete, a lot more integrated, and with just a single platform, you can actually crisscross into the other functions of the suite. And that obviously brings about a huge saving potential and also operational efficiency increases. Now, there's been a 33% or more against the current situation, resulting in immediate budget relief. So, as I said, it has brought about not only operational efficiency, but also optimized the spend of IT companies. Now, in short, kaseya customers pay less and get more done, enabling them to grow both profit and, of course, improve the customer satisfaction and improve the service capabilities to their end customers. All right. If I get there, Alpha, are we good for a question here?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to ask Pei to launch the next poll question, please. Okay. Just coming up now. The next poll question is around, do you need to manage computers, laptops, employee devices that are located remotely in the office, and work from home, or all the above? Please have a quick response. That would be great. Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. That's great. You see the results there, right, Praveen?
Yep.
You can see that majority of folks are needing both, or yes, which is, so they're in the right place to hear from us. That's great. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Alpha. Thank you. All right. So in this slide, I'm going to talk about remote monitoring and management. You know, that's the requirement right now, considering these times, and what is essentially required as core components in any RMM solution out in the market. First, the bread and butter of all IT management, remote endpoint management, comprehensiveness, and need to be highly automated. There's been an explosion over the last decade, and this it's spiked in the last year, especially with all of you know, the COVID-related, pandemic-related concerns that we've had. So the number has increased, and then so has the complexity of the devices being used in smaller employee setups. And, you know, not only about the MSPs, but also in the enterprise environment, there has been a tremendous hike or increase in the number of systems that had to be monitored from a remote infrastructure maintenance perspective. This has definitely increased the need for automation, since technicians can't possibly keep up with more than twice as much as workload as required in a normal environment. So hence the comprehensive systems and the highly automated systems are the need of the hour. All right, modern infrastructure management requires increasing the need for integration and automation, which I just spoke about in the previous slide. And hence, we have something called as VSA, the Virtual System Administrator, which is our flagship product, which is, you know, implemented quickly and easily with a proven onboarding systems. We have a ton of customers and a whole lot of case studies who can vouch for the success of this product. Now, all of that is customer facing, directly servicing the needs of the businesses you serve, but there's also the tools you need to serve yourself. Managing IT tasks effectively means having an integrated job ticketing system to accept, assign, and remediate issues. Unfortunately, most solutions are expensive, don't integrate with their existing RMM solution or any other tool. And if they do, the adaptability and the functionality of the product slows down, and it becomes really hard for end users to adjust. So what happens is you simply fail to comply with the way you optimally want it to work. So kaseya solution is just the opposite. All of the functionality you need deeply integrated with the RMM, the VSA product, IT documentation, the IT glue product, and other services, so that you can accept jobs, fix, remediate these issues, and close tickets in one seamless integrated process. So it's just a platform where you have all of these products talking to each other seamlessly integrated. So it kind of eases the use of a single platform. Finally, the rising complexity fewer technicians, availability of technicians, and an overwhelming increase in total IT demands, documentation is more critical than ever. Whereas most IT organizations waste as much as 20% of their technical work time hunting down information on changes, updates, passwords, all of the documentation, the content related for a particular endpoint, so the literature pertaining to the endpoint. Getting this time back is the key to getting more done with less of systems to be used. So we've integrated IT Glue, our IT documentation tool, deeply across our entire platform. So you can get this information you need when and where you need it without having to leave the task that you're trying to complete. So all of that is accessible in the same platform without even having to switch over. I'm going to talk about this in a little more depth, right? So we call this as a trifactor, where we have integrated our VSA solution, that's the remote monitoring and management tool, IT Glue, which covers the IT documentation aspect of things, and Vorex, which is our service desk or ticketing tool. Kaseya solves the efficiency problem with a set of integrated solutions that allow you to work with these three essential functions, the VSA, the BMS, and the IT documentation tool, IT Glue. Now, all of this is, of course, seamlessly integrated with efficient workflows. So the interoperability is a lot more easier. Now, VSA, our flagship product, is an agent-based technology that allows you to manage all endpoints and platforms, be it Windows, Linux, or Mac. Monitor endpoints, performance issues, hard drive filling up, services not starting, application monitoring, patching of Windows or Mac, or even third-party applications. All of that is done pretty efficiently. And there is a uniform patching across all endpoints and efficient policy matching, policy management, and mapping of those policies to the relevant endpoints. What we've done is we've recently added an agentless based monitoring system, one platform to see all of the printer switches and firewalls and endpoints managing solutions. So it's just a dashboard view of all of your active endpoints in your current IT landscape. Now, Vorex, we identify the issues and log the issues and the time against servicing each of these tickets. Integration with VSA to create monitoring alerts, right? Now, when the BMS tool or the Vorex tool, the service desk, is integrated with VSA, it triggers alerts, and the tickets are raised and monitored. The progression of the tickets are also monitored. Now, IT Glue is a capture of information like passwords, domain registration, certification, and the topology mapping of your IT network. Available on both platforms, which allows you to use contextually relevant information at the task that you're performing. So, of course, these systems are highly automated, and configuration of the tickets and handling of those tickets is a lot easier because of this seamless integration with the other products in the trifactor platform. Now, if the engineer wants to resolve a particular issue pertaining to an endpoint, now, as I said earlier, without having to log into the other system, he gets all of that, contextual information pertaining to that endpoint while he's servicing that ticket. Now, with this trifactor, you gain the freedom to work efficiently with less time spent, crisscrossing across the application. So, a single sign-on with one platform, you get to address all of the remote infrastructure, monitoring and maintenance of all of your endpoints within the network. Now, we will do a deep dive in the demo session to see how the product functions, the ease of the product with all of the feature functionality shown in the demo. Now, unified RMM. Now, this solution manages all devices, not only desktops and laptops, and also servers, but also all of the VMs, the virtual machines, and your mobile devices. Kaseya will be the center. As I said, this is our core flagship product, will be the center of all integrations to run patches and policy managements, which is obviously offering a whole lot of integration, which is seamless with the other products we're working with in the environment. Since it's the core of the integration, it will push out functionality and also pull in other functionality from whatever systems that you've been using, right? Be it the BMS ticketing tool or the IT Glue document management tool. Managing all IT environments, on-prem to cloud to hybrid IT, not to mention the new norm, which is the work from home. Right. Over here, there are two types, there are two ways that we can connect, right? So technicians will have to remotely manage endpoints in multiple offices, of course, and the work from home setup as well. So here we offer two types of remote endpoint management. One is the Live Connect, and the other is remote control. The Live Connect is behind the scenes. It's pretty important. Access information, CPU, memory utilization, user information, etc. And the processes, the system events, all of that which is running in the background, all of that is easily accessible, and it is an agent-based procedure. Remote control, and now you have, the thing is, the Live Connect is the end user won't even know that there is a back-end agent running, addressing all of the IT concerns that one may have. So the end user continues doing what he or she is doing while the ticket is getting serviced. The other way is the remote control, the direct console access. We're pretty familiar with this. The shared services, the shared sessions, and the private sessions through the remote control monitoring. Now, we also provide support on Linux. Right? I'm pretty sure most of the folks know and are aware. Automation of your configuration of your endpoints and maintenance tasks, patching, remediation, monitoring alerts, example, hard drives filling up. As I said earlier, now if your hard drives fills up and a script is run to clean up the temp directory, which in return brings that system back into the network compliance. There are two types, and there are two types, and there are two layers of automation inside the platform. Right, one is a UI based where there's no scripting knowledge required, and the other is an agent procedure, which is inbuilt into the platform. And on top of a couple of years back, we built the Automation Exchange, which is a free repository of all of Kaseya's content, which are scripts, policies, etc. And the customer, the end user, really needn't have to build anything. They can just leverage the policies and scripts that we Kaseya have built in the exchange, and of course, use the community contribution as well. So it's easy to leverage, just plug and play. One of the key factors in policy management is consistency and pushing relevant policies to bring back endpoints into compliance, and of course, handle the exceptions. For example, if a system hasn't been patched for a while, for 3 weeks or even more, we push out an aggressive patch management, where it allows us to run those patches and brings back the endpoint into the network, enabling it to be compliant with the entire setup. Right, these scripts can be run through multiple form factors right down to your mobile devices. So we're going to touch a little more in detail in the demo session. One of the most prominent features is you can set up monitoring in VSA to automatically create a ticket when there's an alert on an endpoint or a network device. Then you can also set up a workflow in the service desk solution, PMS or Forex, in this case, our ticketing tool, to execute a VSA agent procedure to remediate the problem at hand. Now, for an example, in the previous slide, if a VSA monitoring creates a ticket with a low disk space in the description, a service desk workflow can automatically execute a VSA agent procedure to create disk space when it sees the ticket. The whole process is documented in the ticket activity notes, and also the ticket audit is logged in our ticketing tool, or PMS in this case. Now, here we talk about the integration from VSA, our RMM tool, to IT Glue, our documentation tool. It allows syncing of the agent from the endpoint to the configuration of the agent from the IT Glue documentation tool. So crisscrossing across systems is very easy. If we were on the system and there was an incident, it's easy to switch over, run a script, run Live Connect, which runs in the back end, and the troubleshooting is done without even having to lose the IT Glue session. So as I said earlier, it all happens in the back end, allowing the end user, the business user, to continue doing what he or she is doing and go about the business that is currently on hand. You know, I spoke about Live Connect, which also integrates with IT Glue, and this gives us content-related information from the documentation of IT Glue systems back to the IT service engineer. We also have the ability to seamlessly drive into IT Glue with just a click, allowing us to drill deep into that particular configuration without even having to, log into another platform. So all of that is done in one instance, just a click away. Now, as we're getting more mobile, our technicians are going to be on the move again, visiting client sites to update systems and to also troubleshoot the remote issues. With the kaseya Fusion mobile app built on iOS and Android, the objective here is to allow you to function on the mobility device of your choice. From the VSA standpoint, it gives you all the Live Connect functionality services, processes, and also the remote control and endpoint management, all of that done at your fingertips using your mobile device. It allows you to troubleshoot from the mobile. It also allows you to integrate the ticketing system, BMX Forex, and allows you to update all of those ticket-related information back into the system. Now, it also has